literally beg them for work. Many people used to meet me, say hi, hello, oh, so sweet, you're Mukesh's grandson. But nobody really gave me work. I was 22 by then. I started struggling and trying to find work from the age of 19 only itself. It took me a couple of years. Meanwhile, I was an assistant director with the Ashraj Films. Then eventually at some party, how it normally does actually happen. It's quite a filmy story. I was not supposed to be at that party. My father was supposed to be there, and I was supposed to be home, but I attended the party for my father. And I was just standing, not knowing anybody, from the fraternity. I mean, I'm just going to famous producers who I thought might help me and give me work. But
Hari sir would call us and give us a launch vehicle. It's my wildest dream.
Yeah. So I never knew, and then one tall, dark man comes to me and he's like, "Aren't you Mukesh's grandson?" So I'm like, "Yes, I am." I'm completely not interested in the man. He didn't get my attention, and he's like, "Aren't you Nitin Mukesh's son?" I said, "Yes, you're right, I am." He said, "Don't you want to be an actor?" I said, "No." That's where he got my attention. So I said, "Yes, I want to be an actor. Are you helping me out?" He's like, "Why don't you come to my office tomorrow? My name is Chamu Suga." And it still didn't ring a bell. So I said, yeah. Many producers come high along. But Chamuji had never gone out there. He again was like a very underdog, So I said, "Sure, sir, but what films have you made before?" I asked him. And he's like, "I've made Lagan, I've made Bombay, I've produced Rangila." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're the Chamu Sugan." And I was like so embarrassed. So I went to the office the next day and he gave me 2 scripts in my hand. One was Johnny Gaddar and one was Jane Tu Ya Jane Na. I remember. And I went and I read both. Both were lovely films. And I don't know why he himself also knew. For some odd reason he knew that I'm going to pick Johnny. And I called him up the next morning and I said, "I've read both of them. Both are brilliant scripts. And both the directors are brilliant. Sriram Raghavan and Abbas Tairona." I said, "Chamuji, I would like to try out, for Johnny." He's saying, "I just knew that you're going to say that, but it's not going to be an easy task. And you'll have to audition." So I went and I auditioned for Sriram, some 10-12 hour audition it was. A nice long audition. And from there was a non-stop audition for 6 months that kept happening. And eventually one day before the film started is when he told me that the film is starting. So the bottom line is that you never know who's your godfather. You don't know who's around there looking out for you. For me, my God was that man called Chamu Sugan, who eventually saw a hidden talent in me. So, yeah, I mean, there is struggle, there is a lot, but I think the bottom line is having conviction in yourself, having a belief in yourself in what you want to do. And I think you have that in you, completely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you just take one more question?
Hi, Neil. Hi, Komal. My question, your first book, Nick of Time, all of us have read it and we've loved it. That was more of a young, vibrant story.
It was a rom-com.
Yeah.
As you so rightly have pointed out, yes.
So, with your next book, of course, with the first one you might be a little nervous. So, writing the second book was something of losing your inhibitions as a writer and going all hog in terms of...
Yes, it was. I had just shared the idea of the story with my publishers and I was sure it would get rejected. I just had this long history of rejections of every idea that I sent to every publisher.